organization's reaction to what the U.S. EPA has done recently concerning making sure that these toxic coal ash pits are cleaned up.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Well, you can check out Ron Seman's website, indianaduneshiking.com, for all the details, and they're not pleasant in some places, but you'll need to know about them. If you go traveling along the Indiana Dunes Lakeshore at Lake Michigan, be aware the ice looks pretty, but it's dangerous. And with us to talk about it, Ron Seman. Ron, thank you for joining us on Regionally Speaking today.
Well, thank you very much for having me. It's an honor to be able to share things that might save someone's life.
Well, that's certainly true in this case, yeah. That's very true, because it's dangerous. It's more dangerous, I think, people realize.
Yes, if you walk along the lake, you'll see oftentimes big, like, hills of ice, and you think, oh, they're just impenetrable. They're very thick. And what you don't know, on the other side, waves have been eroding it. Sun has been burning holes, loosening things up, and before you know it, you hear cracking of that ice, and you're in that cold, frigid water.
Is it a situation where even when it's cold outside, when it's below zero or below 32 degrees freezing, that you're still going to have this problem because it's eroding from beneath?
Yes, and even though you can see total ice, like if it looks like Lake Michigan is covered, it's not. There's water flowing under there. At the state park, we have the Dunes Creek, which is active, so it's eroding stuff. Even though it's 10 degrees outside, it can still be eroding.
Do people seem to forget that there is actually water flowing into Lake Michigan, even when it's freezing cold out there?
And so many people come out there just to see the ice. They haven't been out there in a long time. They have no idea where the beach ends and the lake begins. And the high winds blowing sand, sometimes several inches of sand cover stuff. No one knows it's not the beach.
Was your particular problem you ran into when you were out there that one day, and that you make note of on your Facebook post?
Yeah. One case where I was out at the state park, the sand covered the Dunes Creek, and I was taking photographs far away of the shelf ice. But here I am on the beach, and all of a sudden I find my right leg in water up to my knee. So then I made a step with my left leg, and it went in. So then I did what I talked about on my website. I laid on my back and kicked hard and got myself on hard ice.
Now, according to what you put there and posted on the website, indianaduneshiking.com, what are some of the other bits of advice if somebody happens to be in that predicament? And hopefully that won't happen, but you need to know these things anyway.
So let's say that you fall off and you're now 5 feet below where you fell, and there's no way you could reach up. There's no way anyone can reach down and get you. So you could try swimming on your back, east or west, so that you could get to another spot where it's maybe not 5 feet tall. It might only be 1 foot tall. So it varies by great amounts as you walk along the beach.
We know that recently there was a 22-year-old man from Indianapolis who unfortunately drowned in the frigid waters of Lake Michigan. He was with friends, and he got himself in that situation of being stuck on shelf ice and unfortunately went underwater. It's just something to remember. It can happen. Will you tell us at least your thoughts about that particular predicament and what people should avoid?
Yes, the fine young man was Bryce Dunphy, and he was with his 4 friends, and it was, I'm sure, a great time to be talking, and you might not be paying attention, and before you know it, you're actually on shelf ice, and it's very rugged. Like it's like if you took a bunch of boulders and threw it there, like small 6-inch, 10-inch things. So it's very unstable. One report said that he tripped, and then his weight knocked some more ice, and he went into the water. So it's just never a safe environment to get on.
Now, as we go from winter heading into early spring now, not many weeks away from that, do you think that there's going to be even more of a problem as things warm up and more people think it looks very pretty to see whatever ice is out there, but it's too dangerous to be on?
Yes, it's very, the sun, the warm wind blowing in, And also, every location, every beat of the National State Park is different. So, for example, I was at what's called Boaters Beach, which is at the end of Coles Bog, and there was still a massive amount of shellfish, unlike West Beach, which was almost all gone now.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have to be so careful. It's best to just stay as far away and to look at. There's hundreds of photographers that have beautiful photographs. There's people who have aerial drones going over, so you can experience the coolness of that shellfish and not be near it.
You can see some of those great pictures on Ron's website, IndianaDunesHiking.com. And Ron has on his website some very, very dangerous comments that he have to make from the experiences that he had. Some wise advice to anybody that happens to be walking alongside Lake Michigan these days, especially as we make that transition between winter and spring. And Ron, thank you for sharing the rather harrowing experience with us and talking about that on the website as well as on your Facebook page. Thank you for joining.